great features of the Zenith airplanes is just pull that stick back.
So 350 feet in trees, just saying those together in the same sentence. My name is Joshua Ryan Blair. I'm a private pilot, aircraft mechanic. And if you enjoy aircraft mechanics as well, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I want to thank you for still getting together late, even though it's been a long day for you, and chat a few minutes about last week's event, a little bit about the 750 Super Duty. Not only is Jon a farmer, I would say he's a rock star farmer. So I sure appreciate it, Jon. Really do.
Thank you for all you do also. We were working late. Before going to the Sun and Fun, I had, I think, 6 hours logged in the last month before we actually left for the trip. So pretty much zero practice. That was probably my biggest downfall too, was zero practice. Yeah, got back home and we're right back into farming. Well, we've got half a dozen or so baby calves hit the ground in the last week. So
oh wow.
All that happening here.
Yeah, throw that in the mix. So thing I want to mention is Jon has no idea what specific questions I'm going to ask. That's another huge thank you. You're just willing to just dive right in and just give us some good feedback. So appreciate that. So you obviously want to talk about last weekend down at the National STOL, Central Florida. I'm just going to ask a few questions about that related to that trip down there and to and from. And then also just want to hit a few questions on Zenith. Go ahead and dive into it. So my first question in regards to last weekend's STOL event, how would you, I guess, rate the weather? I mean, it looked pretty nice. So I'm just kind of curious what your take is on just overall how the weather was.
It was good. Overall, it was actually really good. I've been kidded a little bit. I think I'll take the clouds and the nasty weather with me to all of the competitions I've gone to. The National STOL in Texas was the same way. Went to Arkansas and we had some low clouds there for a little while. So I think it just follows me around. But all in all, it was a great event. We had some wins there a few times off and on throughout the competition that were made it a little bit tough. There's a tree line on the backside that I'm not sure you could see in the camera as much, but it sort of made it twirl and do some funny things occasionally. But all in all, it was really nice. Can't complain about the weather.
Yeah. Yeah, when you got funky winds going on, it really it makes things interesting for sure.
STOL track where he was on the podium. Oh, and there we go. One of the great features of the Zenith airplanes is just pull that stick back.
Put off quite the show for the climb off there, takeoff, it looks like.
Oh, I think it was a blast. They gave me a little bit of a hard time about that too, saying it's a STOL competition and not a stall competition. My comment back was, what's a stall? This Zenith, it's as long as you have it coordinated, you almost can't make it stall. Well, basically, my wife and I rode down. It's about 600 miles down to Florida where we went. The only changes I made at all for the competition was to flatten the pitch on the prop so I could utilize that upper RPM band of the UL Power. It's a lot of fun. It would climb a lot harder than what I did there in the video.
It's more of a normal takeoff for you, and for other people, it's I guess not so normal. So maybe that's part of it as well.
My home strip's roughly 350 feet, and it's a one-way strip. Trees at the end, and it trees narrow down into my taxiway. So it really is a one-way strip. Once you get into it, you're dedicated. There's a point there. A go, no go. And once you get below that tree line, you're that's it. You're dedicated.
Yeah. So 350 feet in trees, just saying those together in the same sentence, a lot of people can't do that and may even shy away from it.
I think my runway, my strip is really more intimidating looking at it from above. When folks see it and see that there's a little bit of a slope, it's really not as bad as it sounds. At my max gross, it's rare I use more than half of that runway. So
okay,
it works out really well.
I guess my second question, what would be one takeaway, I guess, from this event that you could consider for the next competition?
For me personally, it's practice.
I know you mentioned that earlier. Yeah,
I'm sure you saw that. My scores, my distances were a lot better on the qualifiers than what they were on the finals. I don't have a good excuse outside of possibly not enough practice, but I guess I had an off day. Takeoffs were 30 feet longer Saturday than what they were Friday with no changes. So
Okay.
Yeah, takeaway from me is to make time to practice before these events.
Well, next time, you have to remember that. So I'll ask you if you've been practicing when we get closer to the next competition.
Yeah, hold me up to that.
Okay, we'll do. So my last question is, you mentioned that your wife went down, so she flew with you to Florida and back from your place in Tennessee. How was that? Did you guys have any weather issues, or how was your trip, I guess, in the 701 with your wife overall? I mean,
We enjoyed it. We had a good trip. Weather was really a non-issue. We actually had a pretty good tailwind going down. Made it there in around 5 hours. Coming back, it was probably evened out. We had just a little bit of a headwind, but it really wasn't bad. We made a couple of stops both directions. It was a really enjoyable flight. I really enjoyed it. Actually,
awesome.
I think I'm about to talk her into maybe starting her private pilot's license. So,
Okay.
things are awesome.
Awesome. That's really good. Good deal. So was that the longest trip you guys taken together, I think? Because last time she flew commercially, right, when she went to Florida?
Yeah. I guess it is. We do have a sunshade. I put one in for her just right before this trip, and I think it's kind of a saving grace because she can maneuver it wherever she likes, and helps a lot.
Okay, so let's just hit a couple questions on the 750 build. So I know you shared a little bit. I guess did you go ahead and start like with the tail kit? Have you started that? Is that right?
Yeah, got the rudder kit in here. Me and Jess, a friend of mine, we did the rudder kit together on the Zenith live rudder workshop. Should have the rest of the kit here sometime this month, and really hope to get it in gear this winter.
What engines are you considering, or have you decided on an engine yet for the 750? Options are you considering, and I guess why?
I think there are a lot of good engines, good capabilities for the Super Duty. Super Duty is a fair amount heavier than any of the other Zenith lines, so it takes a little bigger engine, a little more horsepower to make it perform really well. The factory outcraft, I believe, has a 205 horse. My Ultimate, the UL Power has the new 6-cylinder turbo. That's what I would really like to see in it. That turbo, the way they've got that thing set up, the torque curve it's massive and it's flat, and I think it would make just a really, really nice setup for the Super Duty. I'm excited for them. I think it's going to be a beast and work really well and really in a number of aircraft.
Yeah. So I haven't looked I thought I heard that, I know there's a lot of different engine options for the 750 Super Duty. Is there's an option for one of the Lycomings? Is that one of the ones you mentioned?
One of the good things about Zenith is they kind of leave that option open for the user. I think from Lycoming to, Continentals, all that kind of stuff's all across the board. UL Power fits in there really well. It really boils down to what suits you, what fits your personality, what engine do you like? Because I think there are several of them that fit the mission for different folks really well.
Yeah. I knew UL Powered. I know they have as far as what I've seen, as far as power to weight ratio, they really seem to be very competitive in that area, I think.
Yeah, UL Power shines there. The power to weight it's really almost second to none. I think some of these, Yamaha conversions and some of these are probably getting a little better power to weight, but there again, it boils down to a preference. I think we passed 450 hours on the whole package, engine, airframe, all out on the way home. Also on the way home, I passed my 500-hour mark for myself as a private pilot. So I'm beginning to gain a few hours myself.
Awesome. Congratulations. That's awesome. Well, I won't keep you too much longer. At the time we're recording this it's pushing 10 p.m. here, but I will let John go.
Of course, as far as the Florida National STOL Series, follow the National STOL. I think it's going to be a lot bigger for 2021. If I understand right, they are making it a true series, so there will be a point system throughout the season, and winners for the end of the season, depending on where all you're able to go and your final points. I think there are some being lined up on the West Coast, so that may be interesting, trying to get me out to the West Coast with the farm schedule. But I'm going to try to make all of them I can. And also, while I'm saying that, we've got the STOL Bandits. Check us out. We're really, really kind of proud. A few of us got to go down to Florida, but from that one event, we came back home with first, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth places out of various classes. So we have some pilots in this group I would put really second to none. They're just excellent, capable pilots. And I think if we had more of the group there, we would have had more of those places brought home.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sounds like it's good to have a group like that, and you can all encourage each other and help each other stay safe and get better. So
we do. It makes it a lot of fun for sure. We do we have an awesome group. So yeah, on Facebook, follow us on the STOL Bandits and check up on us. We might be in your area.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, John. And if anyone, I guess whoever's still watching, I appreciate your time for watching. If you have any comments or questions about this event, you can drop those below. And John, I'm sure he'll jump in there and answer your questions if you have any specific for him. So until next time, be safe and be blessed. And we'll see you in the next one later.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.